Hi folks, Jim Foyt here. This is another snow-related idea, and it has to do with shoveling. And in fact, we learned in medical school that when you shovel, you're more likely to get a heart attack. And the statistics back it up. They're not great statistics. There's an increase in death by heart problems of 22% the week after a snowstorm. Now, that's an almost meaningless statistic because the deaths might very likely be caused by transportation issues and could have nothing to do with shoveling. But let's say some of them are. And certainly in the ER you get all sorts of people coming in. I was shoveling snow or whatnot, and I got chest pain. So so it is reasonable to assume that some of them are. So why when you have patients who you want to exercise, but you don't want them to do snow shoveling. You want them to do, but snow shoveling isn't that much exercise. So why is it that it causes so many heart attacks? And I think I have the answer there. And it would require a bit of research, but it would really change, well, one, how people shovel snow, and two, excuse me, what doctors could tell patients. So here's the thing. When you shovel snow, what do? You take your shovel and you jam it into some snowbank or whatever, and then you lift up, right? And it's all, what's happening is when your shovel stops like that, your hands stop like that, and you're using your muscles at the time, so that there's an impulse of energy, of force that goes into your hands and into your arms as your arms shake like that. And the arteries, arterioles and arteries in your body, okay, nobody cares about being super technical here, but anyways, there's an impulse of energy. It creates a wave of force that goes through those arteries and possibly shakes loose clots. And you're doing it over and over and over again, and you're doing it hard, and your body's not used to it. And my guess is it's not the exertion that's causing it, which has always been the thought before, that the exertion does it. And you know what? I shovel snow. I still shovel snow. I like to shovel snow. Not 7 feet, but it's not very much in the way of exercise in comparison to running. And in running, yeah, you're just getting that pounding from your feet, but what's happening? It's in the arteries and arterioles way down low, and that impulse has to go through the why am I thinking vena cava? The aortic, the artery, it just has to go through so much that the impulse is attenuated, shrunk, as it gets up to any place past the aortic arch, which is where those clots could really have a big factor, because the arteries go into the brain. Artery going to the brain. Arteries. So that's almost does nothing, because any clot that breaks free is going to head downstream, and downstream at the feet is down towards the feet, that whole length, but downstream just above the aortic arch can be the brain, or the heart, the coronary arteries. So I believe it's that impulse, okay, and that's an important, hugely important difference. So when you're getting someone who has 50% occlusion to try to exercise, you're going to want to get them, this is for cardiologists. And again, I'm not telling patients to do this. This is theoretical, and you don't want to base medicine just on theory. You want to base it on actual experimentation. So what you do is take pig vasculature that's 50% occluded, cool their faces, because that causes the blood flow to just go to the core, which can cause increase the chance of frostbite. You want a warm face, and increase the blood pressure in the core, which may not increase the blood pressure overall, but it should a little bit, because the feedback system is not 100% or higher. Sorry. And so what you do is keep the face, or cool the face down on these pigs, and create shock waves and see what breaks free. And then you have really good evidence. Sorry, pigs. Sorry, PETA, but you know what? I can't go there. So anyways, that's the thing to do. So how to get around that? Shovel without those hard, shocking things, hard shocking movements and stops of movements. And so obviously smaller amounts. Now in this snowstorm, that's hard to do. But the thing is, just don't use all your force. If you haven't been exercising like crazy, if you don't lift weights regularly, if you haven't gotten rid of this of these clots in other ways, then be really careful and really consider not working it so hard, because it's not how out of breath you're feeling. It's those shocks actually as you're stopping that are possibly the cause of it. And I had more to say here. Somebody support me. I'm really looking to dent neurology here on offering to do 2 or maybe even 3 MRIs in the process of me running a marathon. And that's a 2-week lead up as well. So right at the beginning, maybe just before the marathon, after I've done a lot of building up to try this crazy marathon, and then after the marathon, with very little food during the run, and none until after this is done. And so that's what I'd like from you guys. I think this could really save a lot of lives, and I would gladly let people know what I think of you guys during this marathon, in exchange for and you get video time or whatever. And I'd like the local stations to pick this up, local newspapers. Really think it should do a lot of good if this is an experiment. So again, it can fail, but I really think if it succeeds, wow, it's going to be pretty darn cool. And we'll talk about some intellectual property during the run. So please contact me. You can get me on Facebook. You can try to find me. No, you can't find me. Facebook's really the best way. And you all have a good day. I'm from Buffalo. I just, whatever. Anyways, have a good day, and be safe.